Yeah, hi, I'm Paul at paularcher.com. PAMing, not spamming. Sounds very painful, doesn't it? But it can be, both for you and the person that you're coaching, if you PAM but don't spam. Let me explain what I mean by spam. It's an acronym. I use it to help coaches to give feedback following observations of sales meetings. The S stands for self-discovery. The P stands for positive. Give a piece of positive. The A stands for alternative, give them something else to do differently. And the M is a meaningful overall great picture. Now the point is that many coaches that I've met for the first time will do plenty of PAMing but very little spamming. So if you're only doing the positive, then the alternative, then the meaningful overall impact, you're missing out on a trick, and that's the self-discovery piece. Now, self-discovery is where you ask the questions of the salesperson to find out what they've thought of things, what would they do differently, what did they like, etc. It's really powerful. It builds self-sufficiency. But when I self-discover with my people, when I do my coaching, I try not to use the same old words because they're not stupid salespeople. How did it go? It went okay. It was right then, was it? Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, you're not going to get much response. So change the way you ask. So ask them typically, you know the drill. That might work because they're getting used to being asked these questions. How did it go? What worked well? What didn't work so well? You could ask those standard questions. Be genuine about it and be curious. Don't just go with the flow kind of because this is the way we do things. Be genuine with your question and be curious as well. I like to use the Sky remote control metaphor as well. If I had a Sky remote control and I was able to rewind live TV, what would you do differently? That works. If you had a time machine, a bit corny, but if you had a time machine, you could go back half an hour. How would you have approached that meeting in a different way? The clock on the wall. I've been known to rewind the clock by 10 minutes and ask them what would they do differently. So do try, because it really gets people to talk. And the best weapon at all is silence. Ask the question and go silent. Give them eye contact, appreciate them, of course. And they'll talk to you. They will eventually, honest, they'll open up, because that way we can get an awful lot of great value from the coaching session. Tim Galway called it one voice as well, because if they're self-discovering themselves, they've only got the one voice in their head, and that makes for the salesperson to be much more self-reliant. So the message quite clear: make sure you spam and don't just PAM. Hey, Paul at paularcher.com.